welcome back for week number 2 of at-home workouts. It's going to be a little different this week. I'm going to try to change up format, exercises, kind of the whole programming each week so you don't get bored or kind of complacent with your strength training or workouts. So it's always kind of fun and new and different for you. Let's get you guys going here. Start with either 2 weights at your side or holding 1 at your chest. It depends on where you're working at here. But we're going to start with rear lunges. So we're going to do 10 rear lunges. So grab those weights. We're going to take a nice deep step back, standing up tall. We're going to go 10 on each side. Keep that going for me. You can also hold on to a bar if you need that stability. If you feel a little off balance, holding it with the weights. Get rid of the weights and give me a quality lunge holding onto a counter. That is up to you though, how you feel. Either one is great. As you step back, keep that back leg nice and long. Good. Switching those legs up. Keeping that posture tall. Your front leg, you want to focus on that leg. Make sure everything stays in alignment. You don't want your knee falling out to the side or in. You want to keep it right over that foot. Nice long step. Press up through that heel. Inhale down, exhale up. Good. Keep that going for me. Keeping that chest tall. Good. And relax. If you weren't quite at 10, give or take, that's okay. You're going to do it again. Take a little break, shake those legs out, and we are going to repeat that. So same thing, same rear lunge. We're going to go 10 per side. This time I'm going to let you count them out, though, and I'm going to kind of cue you through some things. All right, let's go ahead and get going. Grab those weights or grab the counter, however you're doing it again. Work wherever you feel most comfortable, but nice long step back, not shifting our weight back, but just stretching back. So we're loading the front leg, pressing up through the heel. Keep that going. Give me 10 per side. I would prefer you do all on one side and then switch, but if you need to alternate, you can. That's up to you. Keeping that tummy engaged, keep your shoulders relaxed. So again, from the side, nice long step. We're not shifting our weight back, keeping that weight centered over our front leg so we can really squeeze through this glute as we stand up tall. Inhale back, exhale up, keeping that tummy engaged. Very nice. Again, give me about 10 per side. Keep that going for me. Good deep breaths in, good deep breaths out. Again, if you need to hold on to a chair or something, the countertop for a little stability and get rid of the weights, that's totally fine. I would rather you give me that good form rather than do it with weights and maybe not have the best posture or form for that lunge. Go ahead, take a break, shake it out, or finish them up. If you've got just a few left before we move on, we're going to switch it up. Legs get a little breather. We're going to go into your push-ups. So the push-ups, do them on the counter, do them on a bench, the couch, wherever you feel most comfortable doing them. But let's go ahead and get going. So wide arms, we're going to do 15 push-ups. Inhale down and exhale press. When I say wide arms, I don't mean like super wide, just wider than your shoulders. So give me 15. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, press. Keep that tummy strong. Keep that back nice and flat. So again, we don't really want to see our shoulders shrugging up. We don't want to see our back kind of flexing or extending. Nice long line. Really pressing through those arms as we press up. Keep that going for me. So 15 push-ups, give or take. I'm going to kind of keep you on track time-wise. So if you don't get quite 15, that's okay. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Very, very nice, guys. Again, really press through those palms. Think about really trying to press through the counter, through the floor, wherever you're pushing off of. So it's not just kind of a bouncing momentum thing. We really want to control it. We want to squeeze those muscles as we push through. Good. If you haven't finished 15, go ahead and take a break, take a little breather, and we're going to repeat that. We're going to do one more set. So that's how this whole workout is going to be. We're going to do 2 sets of everything. We're going to go back to back, though. So the second set's going to be a little bit harder. Those muscles will already be a little bit fatigued, but that's the idea. We really want to kind of build some endurance here on this program. All right. Couple good deep breaths. Shake those arms out. Then we're going right back to it. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit on the second set, that's fine. If you want to drop down from the counter to a chair or a couch back, something that's a little lower, that's totally fine. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, stay on the counter. Again, I'd rather you give me quality work than challenge yourself and kind of lose the integrity. Let's get going. 15 push-ups. Inhale down, exhale press. As you're doing these push-ups, again, take your time. Move slowly through them. Don't kind of rush them. So it should take a second or two to come down, a second or two to press up. And again, keep that core strong. The whole idea here is to keep those muscles under tension. Keep that time under tension. That's why we don't want to rush. Anybody can go really fast through exercises. It takes some skill and some strength to actually control them. Keep that tummy engaged. And press. Good. Keep that up for me. Give me about 4 or 5 more, give or take where you're at. Pressing through that counter again. You really want to think about pressing through those hands. Squeeze those muscles as you press. Good. Give me 3, 2, and last 1. That should make you feel like you're right back at the gym where I tell you you have like 5 more, we're going to do 15, and we end up doing like 20. Always joke. It's one thing they don't teach us in personal training school. They don't teach us how to count very well. All right, guys. Take a break, shake those arms out. We're going to move back to legs. We're going to kind of keep flipping back and forth so everything gets a little bit of a breather since we are doing so much endurance work. We're going to go to a lateral lunge next. So, again, just one weight at your chest. Holding that weight, we're going to take a big side step out as far as what feels comfortable. It doesn't have to be huge. If you can give me a big side step, do it. If you need to keep it short, keep it short. You know where you need to work. So, wherever you need to step, and shift that weight out to the side and back and come up tall. So when we step, we want those hips going back, like we're reaching for that chair and coming up tall. Let's go. We're going to go 10 per side. So stepping out, shift back into that hip, standing up tall. Good. Nice sit back and come up tall. Keeping that weight just right at your chest. If you want to hold 2 weights, you can at your side. I think sometimes it gets a little funky trying to keep that weight from hitting your leg. I prefer just 1 weight at my chest. You're still going to get plenty of work in. Good. And again, press through your heel. So your leg should stay nice and straight. It's this leg we're stepping towards that's bending. And again, when we step, we're not kind of shifting forward into that knee. Our hips are going back. We're lowering over this leg. Good. Perfect. Let's do 1 more and then switch it up, give or take. Very nice. Shake those legs out. And let's switch sides. Big step out, sit back into that hip, pressing up tall. Good. So really reach that hip back. That chest is going to kind of come down low. And the reason we're doing that is we want all of that weight going backwards. We want that tension in our glute, in our hip. That's where we're strongest. That's what we're trying to work here. We don't want that weight coming forward and shooting through that knee. It creates a shearing force that we don't want. Good. Big inhale as you step. Exhale, press and lift tall. Give me 3. Good. And 2. Last 1. Big step out and come up tall. Good. Shake those legs out. Get rid of that weight. We're going to repeat that. So, same thing, just switching back, opposite leg, but again, give them a quick little breather. All right, let's switch it back up. So, big step out, sit back into those hips, lifting up tall. Keep that going for me. Good. Again, try not to shrug your shoulders up. Just because we're holding that weight doesn't mean we need to get tight through our shoulders. Try not to get into your toes. As you step out, think about wiggling your toes a little bit. That'll help you make sure you're pressing through your heel. If you can press through your heel, your weight is in the right spot. You're not here, that weight distribution isn't in your toes and your knees. It's in your glute and your heel. Again, control it, slow on the way out, slow on the way in. Kind of giving me that split-second pause at the bottom. We're not just kind of bouncing through it. 1 more. Good. Come up tall, shake those legs out real quick. And switching sides. Side step wide and up. Inhale out, exhale. And again, if you're starting to feel that in your knee, you're probably shifting your weight into your toes. So if your knees are starting to talk to you a little bit, first of all, wiggle your toes on that front leg, stepping out. Make sure you're pressing through your heel. If that knee's still talking to you, shorten up your lunge a little bit. So make that your lunge, and just don't push back quite as much. Kind of modify as needed. Give me 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Coming up, set that weight down, shake those legs out. Take a little stretch towards the floor if you need to. Let that back shake out. Let those legs stretch out. Coming up tall. All right. I'm going to get a little bit of cardio in here. Get that heart rate up a little bit more. I know you're probably thinking it's already up. But we're going to get it up a little bit more. We're going to do some mountain climbers here. So I'm going to give you a couple different variations. You can choose how you want to do them. You're going to do 2 sets. So if you want to kind of challenge yourself on one and kind of go more middle of the road on the other, that is up to you. Level 1, on the counter, kind of in your plank push-up, you're going to step those knees in and out, kind of tucking up to your chest, up to the counter. As you step back, make sure you stay in your plank. Notice as I tuck, I'm not inching in. I'm staying in that long plank. Same thing, if you want to do it lower, I would go to a couch and same tuck, tuck, tuck. So just holding that plank, tucking those knees in. It is up to you, but go ahead and pick where you want to do it. You can do it on the floor if you want to, in a total plank, straight arm plank. And tucking in, that is up to you. But work wherever you are most comfortable at, but let's get going. You're going to give me 10 tucks per knee. So 20 total. So I'm going to demonstrate on the counter because it's easiest for me to kind of talk and walk you through your points here. So again, as you tuck in, really pull that knee up into your chest. Kind of get a nice little squeeze through those abs. But don't totally round as you're doing it. It's not an all-out crunch. We still want that tummy and that back to have to work a little bit to stay in that bit of a plank. The lower you are to the ground, the more of that plank you'll kind of feel. So again, counter's kind of level 1, a chair or the couch is kind of level 2. Doing it on the floor is level 3. You can kind of work where you need to, depending on how you're feeling each day or where you're building up to. But 10 tucks per side for me, give or take a little bit. Alternating those legs, keeping that core strong. Make sure you're breathing. Don't hold your breath. I don't really care necessarily where you're breathing on this one. Just don't hold your breath. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Good. Keep that up. Give me about 5 more roughly. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up. Again, shake everything out. That one kind of works your whole body. Your arms are working from stabilizing your chest, your core, your legs. Everything's getting a little bit of work, and again, we're getting that cardio work in. So again, take a couple deep breaths. We're going to repeat that. We're going to go right back into it. So in about 3 seconds, we're going to get going. So go ahead back to the couch, the counter, the floor, wherever you are, and let's get you going in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Back to that mountain climber. Tucking in, stepping back. You can pick up the speed a little bit if you want to get a little more cardio in, but again, I don't want you to kind of sacrifice the integrity of the exercise for speed. I'm all about picking up the pace a bit so that you get that cardio, but at the end of the day, I want you to make sure you're controlling it. So if you do pick up your pace a little bit, just make sure we're not kind of tucking, we're not getting all this spinal movement. We want to keep that back flat. We want to keep that core strong. So again, you can kind of pick up the pace of those knee tucks a bit, but keep your core strong, keep that spine long, keep your shoulders relaxed. Again, maintain what we're trying to do here. Good, nice deep breaths. Keep that going. Step, tuck, step, tuck. Good, 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 good. Relax those shoulders. Open that chest. So it's not even just relaxing your shoulders down. It's kind of letting these collarbones slide out to the side. Very nice. Tucking in, getting that nice flex through those hips. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a break. Shake it all out for me, guys. That was great. Great, 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 great. All right, we're going to kind of keep this theme of cardio going here. You can do this a couple different ways. What I would recommend for your first set is doing it without the weight. Second set, add the weight. So I want you to bring your hands so you're at your side. and you're just bending at 90 degrees with your palms flat. And what I want you to do is I want you to bring your knees up to those hands. So a lot of times when I have people do a march, they kind of do something like this, and they don't really pick those knees up. But by keeping those hands right there, it kind of forces you to really pick those knees up and keep your core strong. So go ahead, bring those elbows to your side, hands flat, and let's go. Let's go 20 marches, 10 per side. Tall, tall posture. Good, picking those knees up. And again, on this one, I want you to go a little quicker so that you get that heart rate up. But again, make sure you're picking that knee up and don't kind of slouch. Keep that posture tall. Deep, deep breaths. Keep it up, keep it up. Good. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Give me 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Relax. You can do, if that was challenging enough, if your heart rate's up, if that was enough work through your legs, stay there. If you want to push yourself a little bit, grab a single weight. Again, arms are in the same position. You're just holding that weight. So you're going to get a little bicep engagement here. And bringing those knees up to the dumbbell. Good. All right, so let's get going in 3, 2, and 1. Marching it up. Knees to the dumbbell, if you're using it. If not, that's totally fine. Good, 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 good. Tall posture. Notice I'm not shrugging. I'm not hunching. Everything's tall and long. Just working to get that heart rate, get that little bit of cardio in. Give me 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Set that weight down again. Shake those legs out. Take a quick stretch forward. Kind of give me a little sway side to side slowly. Reaching for the outside of your pinky toe. Opening that back up a little bit. Come to the front. Roll that spine up nice and slow. Tall, tall posture at the top. Let's keep moving on. All right. We're going to keep working these legs a little bit here. Legs and cardio are getting a good little work. We're going to go into an alternating, did I write one under squat? Squat, good. An alternating squat with a knee up. So you can do this at the counter, which is kind of what I would recommend for your first set, just because I want you to get that good squat form. Once you get that good squat form down, if you want to step away from the counter and hold a weight at your chest or at your sides, that's totally up to you. We'll go both ways here. So squat, knee up, holding onto the counter. Take a deep sit back, so leaning away so that you can really, again, like I said, get in that good squat form. Knees stay over your feet, hips go back. When you come up, bring your knee up to your chest. Alternating sides, sitting back, knee up. This one is going to be a little bit slower, so I know you're probably thinking this is exactly what we just did with those high knees that we just did. But it's a little different. I want you to slow it down. I want you to kind of create that tension. Keep those muscles under tension as you squat back, and then bring that knee up slowly with control. Bring the knee down slowly with control. We're going to go 10 on each side, so 20 total. Again, start at the bar, I think, just because I want you to kind of get that good squat form down, and then you can kind of move away from it if you'd like. So let's go. Deep sit back. Again, weights in your heels, so wiggle those toes for me. Check your posture. Stand up tall, knee up. Deep, slow sit back, slow stand tall, knee up for me. Keep that going. Nice and slow. Controlling that movement. Good. Keep that up for me. So again, on that squat, I really want you to get those hips back. Get that spine nice and straight. So notice how my knees aren't coming forward. My booty's not kind of tucked under. I'm not hunched. I'm in this nice deep squat. And again, you don't have to go that deep. Keep going while I cue you a little bit here, guys. You don't have to get that deep is what I'm demonstrating. I'm just kind of demonstrating that optimal form. You guys are going to have a little bit different ranges of motion between y'all. So keep that going. And again, if you need to shorten it up, if this is your squat and that's what feels comfortable and you're feeling that work through those hips, that's perfect. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. So work within your limits. Just maybe set a goal of getting deeper or getting a little more into that. Perfect, guys. Keep that up for me. Roughly, give me about 6 to 7 more, depending on where you are, before we take that little break. And then we add the weight on if you would like. If not, if this feels good, if this is challenging, you can stay where you're at. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Shake those legs out. If you want to do this next set with a weight, hold the weight at your chest, or if you want to do it with both, you can totally, this is one you can do with both. Hold those weights at your side. Same squat, sit back in those hips, keep that chest open. Notice how I'm not hunched forward and I'm not shrugged. When you come up, find that balance for a split second before you bring the knee up and down. Sitting back, tall posture, kneeing up. All right, let's go for me. So keep going at the counter if you want. Hold 1 weight, 2 weights, it's up to you. If your balance isn't feeling super awesome, I would probably just do 1 weight and not 2. But let's go. So a nice sit back in those hips. Tall posture, strong core as we knee up. So nice deep sit. Once you take that counter away, it's really easy to want to get short in those legs. And when I say short, I mean not bending back as much and kind of coming forward. It just shortens up that whole chain. We don't want to do that. We want to keep everything long. So nice sit back. And again, even if you can't get deep in your squat, that's okay. When I say a nice deep sit, what I'm really talking about is getting your hips backwards. So this can be your squat, and that's totally fine because those hips are going backwards. They're not coming forwards and forcing our knees forwards. So sometimes I kind of get caught up a little bit when I say a nice deep squat. If you can get low, that's awesome. But really more of what I'm referring to is getting those hips back so that we're not putting all those shearing forces in our knees. Keep that tummy strong. Don't forget your knee up. Good, so squat, knee up. Same thing, when you bring that knee up, we don't want to crunch into it. Keep your core strong, your posture tall and relaxed. Bringing that knee up to your chest, setting it down. Same thing with that knee up. Bring that knee as high as you can without losing your balance, without throwing off your posture through your hips and your chest and your neck. Work where you can control it the best. Keep that up for me. Give me about 6 more, give or take where you are. Perfect, guys. Inhale as you go back. Exhale, engage those abs. Squeeze those glutes as you come up. Give me 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Shake it all out for me. We are going to get back to those arms. Legs are getting a break here. Cardio's done for the most part. We're going to get back to those arms. For these arms, I want you to use either like 2 cans of soup would be perfect. Something light, essentially, is what we're wanting to use here. Not a heavy weight. We're just going to do some shoulder work. So we're going to lift to the side, tap to the front, open out to the side, and back down. That's going to be your exercise. So again, you're going to want something lighter. So like I said, a can of soup would be perfect in each hand. If you have something small weighted around, that's totally fine. But let's get going. So holding those light weights, whatever you're using, come up, make that T, tap it together, open out, coming down. Keep that going. Tap together, open out, coming down. Keeping that posture tall. Good. So what we want to make sure we're not doing is kind of rocking forward as we pull those arms forward, rocking back as those arms pull back, keeping that tummy strong and engaged. Good. Let's go for 5. It seems so easy, but it really does start to burn and work after a little bit. 4. Good. 3. Last 2. And last 1. Coming up, coming together, out to the side, and down. Shake it out. We're going to do that one more time. Give those arms a quick little break if you would like. And let's go on to that second set. Lifting up to that T, tapping together, open out, coming down. Good. Keep that going for me. Good. Again. Really focus on when you lift up, not lifting through your neck and your shoulders. We don't want to be like a turtle. We want to keep that neck long. We want to keep those shoulders down. So it sounds kind of weird to keep your shoulders relaxed even though you're working your shoulders. But there's a difference between getting them real tight and working them and keeping those shoulder blades down where they're supposed to be and working towards them and working through them. Give me 4. Good. Last 3. 2. 1 more, keeping that core core strong, pulling in and out. Good, relax, set those weights down. All right, going back to heavier weights here, so grab those heavier ones. We're gonna bicep curl. So hands at your side, palms are gonna be facing up. If that's too much tension through elbow, turn your hands facing each other and we'll hammer curl instead. So see how it feels, keep that posture tall, palms up if you can. If elbows or anything are bothering you, turn those palms facing in, it makes it a little easier. We're gonna go for 2 sets of 10, curl it up and roll it down. Exhale up, inhale down. Good, 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 good. Same thing with this as with those lat to front raises, is a lot of times when you are moving these weights up and down, your spine kind of wants to follow you, or even your hips. You don't even realize you're doing it. You're kind of rocking through it. Keep that core strong. Keep those hips nice and stable so that as you're curling, it's purely that bicep working. Nothing else is compensating to help and take the ease off the bicep. Let's go for 3. Good. 2. And last 1. Good. Set those weights down. Shake those arms out. If that was too challenging, you can always switch to just one weight and just hold in one weight and curling that single weight. That is totally up to you. You can do it either way. Let's do that second set. So this set I'm going to do it to 1 just to kind of demonstrate keeping that core strong. Keep those elbows in close. Curl it up. Roll it down. So you can do 2 weights. And you can alternate if you need to. That's another way to make it a little easier. Rather than doing them at the same time, alternate one and then the other. Or you can just ditch a weight, keep 1, and curl up and down. Notice as I'm curling up and down, if you're using 1, you're not seeing space between my side and my elbows. My elbows are staying really close to my body. So again, I'm not compensating through anything else. I'm making that bicep do all the work. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1 more. Awesome. All right. Last thing, we are going to finish up with a 1-minute plank. You're only doing it once, so don't worry. Planks, I will let you choose where you do this, how you do it. Again, level 1 is going to be on the counter. You can be straight arm, or you can come down kind of on your forearms. That's up to you. That's plank level 1. Level 2, find a dining room chair, push it against a wall so it's not going to move on you. Use the couch, and again, you can go straight arms and hold your plank, or you can come down on your forearms and hold your plank. That's up to you. Last option, level 3, do it all the way on the ground, either straight arms or forearms. The form is the same for all 3. Nice flat back, nice flat body from your heels all the way to the top of your head, shoulders relaxed. All right, let's get ready to hit that plank in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. So, doing that plank wherever you want. I'm going to demonstrate on the counter again because it's just easiest for me to talk to you guys that way and kind of show you what I'm talking about. Again, nice flat line from your heels all the way to the top of your head. Not shrugged up through your shoulders, not hunched through your back or hips kind of coming forward. A lot of times when I cue people into a proper plank, I tell them to kind of lift their rib cage up a little bit and almost tuck forward a bit. What that makes you do is keep your hips lifted and keep your tummy strong. Because a lot of times people think they're flat, but really they've got a nice little dip in their back. So, turn them in a plank, and I've got this little dip. I want you to kind of pull that rib cage up and in. So we're not curling, we're just tucking that rib cage into our spine a little bit so we really get those tummy muscles engaged. So I don't care where you're doing it, level 1, 2, or 3. But keep that core strong, your shoulders relaxed, nice deep breaths. You are done in 3, 2, and 1. Relax, 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 relax. With that, that was the end of your workout. Have a wonderful afternoon. Awesome job.